Hello, welcome back to yet another game between BacT and Scogo. The last one for now between those two players. BacT in orange, as usual, playing as the Franks here. Scogo in blue as the Vikings. Interesting matchup. I think Franks might be considered better here, but Vikings have a very strong economy, so we're going to see what's happening in this game. Franks with the cheap castles can go aggressive if they want to, and I guess we might see scouts for Franks here as well. For the Vikings, if you want to go map control, I think cross-promen is the way to go. I don't think we're going to see scouts here. They're just weaker than for Franks, obviously. And then it's a question about strategy, about the map, about what's so on. And first thing we see, double berries here for Scogo. They're forwardish towards the wall, but you can put a mill here and have a lot of free food. Actually, this would be perfect for the Franks here. But Scogo is playing as the Vikings. The main stone, rather safe, more or less in the back here. 3 deer inside, which is very nice to have. But the main gold forward, the third gold forward outside, and BacT is already scouting this. And the second gold on the left-hand side is also outside. It's the far side, but there is no real safe gold for Scogo here. Then we have one really close, this one closer to him, and another one somewhat in between the two players, but it's closer to Scogo's map. And I guess this one on the right hand side, number 4 here, more or less in the neutral zone. Only the last one, relic number 5 here on the left, is closer to BacT. BacT already on the way to Feudal Age. This probably means Thrush. This is disappointing for me. I didn't want to see a Thrush. Let's quickly go for the map here. Main stone forward for BacT. We have the second stone left hand side is outside. 3 deer inside, 4 deer inside. I don't know. I guess he pushed 1 or 2 of them. Then we have the main gold on the side, second gold outside, third gold outside on the right, and an extra gold, another extra gold here. If BacT manages to wall this off and secure it, he's gonna have so much gold in his control, but it's not gonna be easy. And as you can see, BacT is probably putting the market in here, going for like 100, 200 HP, and there's the watchtower coming up. Scogo is seeing this. As soon as a player hits Feudal Age, the other player is going to react and is going to say, okay, there's a tower rush coming up, I need to wall. And Scogo is deciding to go for the big walls here. Few houses there already, so palisades coming up. BacT is putting up the second, no, actually that's an outpost. Second watchtower coming up only on that unfinished house on the walls here. Scogo on the way to Feudal Age. 2 villagers on gold. Is he on stone? No. Wait, BacT. 75, 85 stone. BacT is on the main stone with 3 villagers. Has a stable up. Interesting. He's going to go aggressive here. And he's going to attack the house using villager. And Scogo is saying, okay, I need to have a watchtower to secure my gold for now. That's the main resource that you can attack here. The main stone is rather safe in the back. Blacksmith coming up and stable as well. So Vikings here. Scogo actually going for a stable, but I think he wants to go up to Castle Age before doing any military units, and then we might see scouts later on. No market for him, so he needs to gather these resources, and BacT is nowhere close to clicking up the Castle Age, but he's producing scout cav. He managed to break through the wall, and now he's breaking through that house. Quick stone gates coming up even here for Scogo, and that's needed. Another watchtower on the way. Scogo therefore on the way to Castle Age. I think 1-2 knights and a mangonel is what Scogo needs in early Castle Age. Maybe a TC in the back here somewhere, maybe on the main stone even. But BacT is now getting a lot of map info. He's got a scout there in the back, a little bit of a scout fight happening. I'm not sure, but I guess the Frank scouts for BacT should be winning this, and I think Scogo didn't pay attention to the civilization here, to the bonus. And we see 3 towers, 4 towers in total for BacT. He's doing scale barding up, so he's committing to the Feudal Age here for a little bit longer. Scogo in the meantime has arrived at Castle Age, going to the siege workshop immediately, and that scout is too weak to be able to attack the villager. Maybe BacT is going to try it anyways. No, not happening. Also watchtower here to protect this. And we have Wheelbarrow on the way for BacT now. Scogo putting down a few more farms. He can't really go towards the mill here, so the berries are covered by the watchtower, and that means the only food income for Scogo are these farms, but wheelbarrow and handcart obviously for free, which is awesome. And 2 knights now moving out to try and do some damage, but there's a lot of scouts here as well. Those villagers could get caught, but too many scouts, and I think those knights, while pretty strong, they don't have upgrades and they're going to die rather fast. A few villagers are dying, but the 5 scouts are still alive, and I think Scogo needs to send a spearman or 2. He's got a barracks obviously, so why not go for that, but he's only sending in knights here. I'm supposing we see siege units, yes. Barracks coming, barracks, a siege ram, a ram, holy shit, a ram coming up to attack that first tower, and BacT doesn't have a lot of units inside, but now these scouts are back. That means this battering ram is endangered. We have the scouts trying to go close, but the knights are actually chasing them down. Of course, the knights are taking a little bit of damage from those watchtowers, But there's Watchtower number 2 under heavy attack. Battering Ram was even better than the Mangonel in this case, I guess. The TC coming up, and we have Spearman from BacT actually, plus another Watchtower to be really annoying. And I like this tower position. I think now Scogo needs a Mangonel here. Doesn't have enough gold to get one of those Mangonels. Instead going for another Battering Ram. Ooh, and that was an interesting gate. Look at this, 400 HP, trapping the village. The villages are going to wall themselves in, and there are still 4 knights around. Those 2 spearmen can do some damage, but yeah, they need to run back. BacT now on the way to Castle Age, decent amount of farms up and running, a few villages on gold, double lumber camp here. That watchtower should fall, another watchtower coming up here. Did the other one go down already? I guess so, interesting. And with that watchtower a little bit farther away, Scogo can take gold actually. He's got 2 TCs, 3 TCs up and running, 1 TC on the woodline in the back here, like the TC spot. Didn't set a the point, a little bit of a mistake, but okay. And 3 knights are still out. Scogo for now in a score lead, population lead, a lot of villages on gold. Too many, definitely too many. He needs to switch them, build another lumber camp somewhere here, or send them to wood actually. Like this, he has like 20 villages, 15, 16, 17 villages on gold, and still no market. Big mistake here, to be honest. That battering ram actually went down, and this tower is still annoying. So Mangonel is finally on the way, which makes sense. Scogo is also on stone with a few villages here, and he's got enough stone to go for a castle soon. In the meantime, he's trying to collect 1 or 2 of those relics, and he's still got map control here. But BacT has a few of those spearmen, and he's on the, up to Castle Age, is on the way to produce a lot of knights here. 120 HP, obviously, +1 is done. Train barding I'm on the way, and that means BacT is going to continue the aggressive play, the attack here. He is not gonna stay back and like go for a mini boom only, and he's got 2 TCs up and running at this point in the game, which is good for him. But Scogo is the one who should get a castle up, outpost here, which I like to see, and that castle maybe should protect the main goal, I think. So a castle here, maybe a little bit more outside would be good. There is the knights moving in, and I think they can do damage, but ooh, there's more already, I didn't see them. That's 8 knights, none got converted, a monk is going down, another monk here, and only 3 knights. Scogo is not producing spearmen, which is a mistake in my opinion, and those knights can do a lot of damage. You can see they're harassing the gold now, and there's so many villages on the main gold that you can't even put all the villages inside. But Scogo was able to quick wall his holes here, and that means he will be fine for some time. He needs to get the castle up, to be honest, like put it here on the main gold, somewhere here, and be fine. But like this, he's losing more and more villages, and he's on 72 villages, so he's way ahead. But BacT is doing damage, and Scogo's economy is very, very unbalanced, to be honest. I don't like the villages on gold. We have a monk going down, or maybe it was able to convert 1 unit before it's going down. Town center coming up on the outside. I would prefer to see it here, but okay, it's close to the walls, it's not a big problem. Villagers can escape quickly if they need to. There's a battering ram moving forward, and that's why I wanted to see the castle here. I don't really understand why Scogo is just not putting the castle up. He's trying to wall behind this, and he's able to do so because there are no ranged units for Scogo. Sorry for BacT. BacT is only now doing the Bosa upgrade, which is way too late in my opinion. He's got a lot of villages and gold as well, but he's spending that gold, or he was spending that gold, and I think he should go for more farms now. In the meantime, he's still trying to push here. He's continuing the attack, and the castle finally coming up between those 2 towers. Also Imperial Age coming up from Scogo, which TC did he use? Ooh, the forward one, interesting. Shouldn't be a problem, but it can be sometimes. And now BacT is adding another monastery. That ram is only on 3 HP, so it's gonna go down probably. And on the left hand side, a lot of knights attacking the town center. 1 conversion, but I think BacT could even continue to attack this TC. There's no villages inside. Barracks coming up on the left as well. Pikemen finally, plus scale mail armor. And I would like to see berserks here, to be honest. Against the knights, against the spearmen, even against the mangonels, the berserks should be fine. Scogo not paying attention, losing a mangonel for nothing. The village is going down as well. But Scogo is still ahead, if by only 3 villagers, but he is, and that watchtower is still standing and can still be annoying. Scogo is adding in more and more villages as well, which is good for him. He probably wants to get to that sweet spot with 120, and on the left hand side the gate is open because the villager tried to go in, and BacT once again is starting to raid here, and he is doing some damage. I'm not sure if it's cost effective. Scogo's up to Imperial Age, but he's annoying, and Scogo doesn't have an easy time to like go for the standard Imperial Age fight here, and it looks like he's only going for pikemen for now. Plate conscription coming in. What else is he going to do here? What units to make? unique other than the pikeman. I would prefer to see a few crossbowmen mixed in there, but Scogo doesn't have... Wait, does he have? He has the wood to go for archery ranges actually, but I'm not sure what the plan is now. And the knights are really, really good here for BacT. They've done more damage than they should have probably. BacT is also getting full map control, and now we're going to the throwing axeman with 1-2 castles in the middle from BacT. A TC coming up on the left on that wood line, so he's gotta have villagers forward. He's got a lot of gold in the bank, not so much food because he's spending that on knights and throwing axemen as well, but he's committing to castle age now. He's always behind in the ages, except for when you go for feudal age, obviously for the trash. But BacT has still more military units, and those throwing axemen will be decent against the pikemen, if not deadly. Another castle from Scogo coming up here on the left hand side. I like this castle, and I think he needs to start and attack these castles from BacT, which he cannot see. So BacT's castles for now are fine. Scogo is not able to get enough military units out. I think he should just go for berserks here. He would be good. I think they might even be okay against castle age throwing axemen. They should be fine. And now there's the trebuchet, so Scogo will have more map vision, but he can only see the TC, doesn't know about the castles. Berserk production starting. Elite actually done here already. Interesting. BacT in the meantime clicked up to Imperial Age, is on the way there. Good hand card as well. Chieftains coming up. Very interesting upgrade too, because Chieftains will give the Berserks a very good bonus against cavalry units. But I think we're going to see throwing axemen against Elite Berserks, or I hope at least. And then the question is, what unit is better? I think in equal numbers, the throwing axemen should be a lot better. Being ranged unit, and the Berserks, they can heal themselves with Berserk again, but I don't think Scogo is going to get it. Instead, Bodkin Arrow coming up, archery ranges. We might see Elite Skirmishers only. I think Scogo doesn't have so much gold left. His golds are not really secure. The main gold is secure for now, and he can take that third gold on the left hand side, or the second goal, but the third goal is forward, and BacT has a little bit of control over the map still here, at least between the two players. Crossbowman coming up in braces, so it's going to be Arbalest actually, and I guess no more Elite Berserks for now. I don't know. We have one town center going down, but it's 3 castles for BacT. He's doing Elite Throwing Axemen as expected, and this is going to be a very tough fight. Beardex coming in as well. I love to see this. Unique infantry units here between Vikings and Franks. What else do you want to see? I don't want to see Paladins here, to be honest, because why would you? And on the left hand side, Double Stable and Siege Workshop coming up as well. Now the question is, can Scogo get enough military units out? BacT is still ahead by just that 16. There's a trebuchet, and Scogo still does not know about this castle, which is amazing. You can see the throwing axemen, so he knows there must be a castle somewhere. Siege Ram on the way from Scogo. I like this idea. Arbalest against throwing axemen, they should be decent, but there's so many throwing axemen and there's bombard cannons following up that the Arbalest won't have an easy time here. Scogo, is you producing Elite Berserks? No, you're not. You don't have the gold actually, and it's an expensive unit composition. Scogo probably finished the main gold, yes, and he's moved out to the third gold. He's taking a lot of that second gold here. Got 2 relics back. He has 3, by the way, and we now have a few Elite Berserks moving forward, but the Elite Throwing Axemen 10 attack, and if 4+1, that's 5 range in total. That's so much that it's going to be tough for Scogo. 1 castle going down so quick, the 3 trebuchets, 3 bombard cannons, a few arbalists falling, and it looks like Scogo is going to lose the majority of his army. He's not retreating, which he's doing now. The arbalists are not really the best unit ever against Elite Throwing Axemen. I don't really know if they have a counter. Maybe Onager, Siege Onager, but there's the bombard cannon as well. It's going to be really tough. I think Franks with Elite Throwing Axemen have a very, very strong unit to fight against Vikings here. BacT is taking more or less full map control. He's spreading all over the map. He's got a stables on the left hand side, so he could easily launch an attack on the weak side. He's got a tower on the right hand side that can be annoying. Capram in here. And is still moving forward at 6 bombard cannons in total, plus a lot of throwing axemen, plus the 3 trebuchets. And the Arbalest are trying to do some damage, but Scogo is still only on 24 military units, at least sub 30. And the next castle could fall really fast. You can see the trebuchets hitting that castle. It's got 5k plus HP, but there is no counter to the traps here. Only a few Arbalests, and they might be decent at this point against the Elite Throwing Axemen as long as there are not so many of them. But it looks like BacT is going to win this game. Now a little desperate attempt to try to do some damage with Elite Berserks, but there's another castle waiting for Scogo. And BacT now added the Elite Skirmishers to counter these Arbalests. No more castles left. No, wait, 1 castle left for Scogo. Where's that? Let me nukes quickly. So for that, yeah, there's one left, the initial castle, and one went down, another one is still there, but it's not going to be enough to create enough elite throwing X-Men, and I think Scogo needed a lot more Arbalest and maybe Onager, something like that. More siege rams could have been possible. Like this combination of bombard cannons, throwing X-Men and trebuchets is really, really nice and really tough to fight against. BacT is gathering meteor resources here. He's on 146 military villagers, which is so many, and he can afford to do almost anything. Maybe not balance, but he doesn't need it, and he could still go for many more units. He's creating elite throwing X-Men, and he could go for a lot of trash as well, like add in some helmets just to be annoying. There's the light cav actually, which is expected, to be honest. And we have a siege workshop coming on the right hand side. Scogo is trying to cover this gold, which he's taking with a lot of villagers. The left hand side gold. He lost a lot of villagers apparently, which I didn't see, but it doesn't really matter because BacT is pushing, and he's pushing hard, and he's gonna try and push against that castle. The throwing X-Men are just so impressive. They're so strong here. Siege Ram will go down fast. Look at this. This is just amazing. I think Scogo might have to resign here really soon. He's got a decent amount of resources except for gold, and that's the big problem. Our triple castle here, you're getting attacked everywhere more or less. There's battering rams, holy shit, attacking now on the front. There is on the left hand side light cav, on the weak side battering rams here as well. It's Capra, I'm sorry. And in the middle, BacT is controlling everything using the throwing X-Men. Hope you enjoyed this game. BacT won this with the Franks, with what is probably considered to be the better civilization here, with an interesting trush that didn't really work out too well, but not too bad either. And then the bombard cannons, throwing X-Men, and trebuchets actually did the job here. See you in the next games then. I think Scogo against Dark Noob should be next. I want to see that game. So see you there, and GG.